Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, Dalton Smith stopped Subriel Matias in 5 rounds to claim the WBC super lightweight world title. Let's talk about it, man. I get my pick wrong, but this is probably some of the best 5 rounds of boxing I've seen in a very, very long time. Yeah, man. It was not going well for Dalton Smith, in all honesty. First round begins, and this is his best round of the fight by far. He establishes the jab really well, is managing the distance really well, keeping it at range beautifully, using his feet, catching Matias with clean right hands, and pretty much controlled the first round, did more effective and eye-catching work. Going into round 2, he tries to implement the clinch a bit more, does Dalton Smith, tries to tie up Matias in the inside, a bit like what Liam Paro did. But this is where some cracks started to show. I don't know if it was physical strength or he just simply not having the know-how in a clinch, but this is where Matias started to find some success. He upped his activity, was finding some success. Much of the same in round 3, however, I thought that it kind of was a bit worse in round 3. The cracks really started to show, and it kind of really seemed like Matias was starting to get to Smith. Round 4, scrappy round. Smith's landed big shots on Matias. And I was thinking, in all honesty, when he was landing these shots, I was thinking, how many of these can Matias take? Because Matias is probably getting the better of it. It's Matias's fight. It's a phone book high volume affair. What we know about Dalton Smith is he's typically a slow starter. He never really fights at a particularly high volume, and he doesn't really prefer to fight on the inside. But he was landing clean left hooks on Matias all night long. And in round 5, I mean, Matias getting caught with so many clean shots, he really paid the price for it, which is bound to happen at some point during his career. But yeah, man, Dalton Smith becomes the first man to stop Subriel Matias and wins the WBC world title. I think he's very, very good. I did rate him beforehand, but part of the thing, like on paper going into this fight, I saw it as there's attributes that Smith has that can really exploit some holes in the game for Subriel Matias. But are those still like valid at this level? Because we'd never seen Smith in the acid test that leads into world level. You deserve another world title shot, but you'd never seen him in an acid test. And it's kind of very hard to have an acid test for a fighter like Subriel Matias, who, takes what you're going to give him, walks through it, wears you down, hits you wherever and whenever he can hit you, and it's just a relentless force. So yeah, this is probably one of the best away victories for a British fighter in the last 10 years. The last away victories that really jumped to my mind are Tyson Fury versus Vladimir Klitschko, Karl Brook versus Sean Porter, and I guess Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, but maybe not. Yeah, great win. I think the future's bright for Dalton Smith. I think the future is questionable for Matias. I don't really know where he goes from here. Dalton Smith can probably fight Adam Azim in what is probably now a mega fight in Britain. As for Subriel Matias, I could have swore Alberto Puello was going to be on the Shakur versus Teofimo Lopez on the card, but I guess he's not. I can't find that. I swear I saw it, but might be imagining it. Maybe an Alberto Puello rematch for Subriel Matias. He was promised the winner of Dalton Smith and Matias, but maybe just give him the Matias rematch. Give Dalton Smith Adam Azim, and we go from there, really. Yeah, phenomenal win, great fight, highly recommend a watch. Great away victory. Yeah, it was a 50-50 fight. I was honestly rooting for Dalton Smith to win, and he got it done. Thank you for watching, goodbye.